Hey guys, welcome back to the Swarte Panda channel. Sorry, it's been a while, but there's so much going on in the DeFi space. DeFi summer was kind of like a little bit lacking for me, but then all of a sudden, like towards I guess just like recently in September, October, things started to pick up. There's a lot of exciting things on Terra, Avalanche, Solana. But I'll get to those and maybe in later videos or maybe later blog posts. I mean, like I said, there's so much stuff going on. So let me just go straight to one of the I guess newer platforms on Solana, and it's called Orca. Um, Before I was using Radium, and I think it's still a pretty good um, decentralized exchange. But I think for a lot of new people coming into the space, I think Orca might be a better alternative because I think like Radium looks a little too, maybe a little bit too professional or too well, I don't want to say boring, but like it looks like very maybe more like trader oriented. Whereas Orca, it looks a little bit more like fun to use. But let's get to that in a second. So like you can see like I don't know what happened, like what the news was. I have a suspicion, but I can't confirm it. But like the Orca price action has been pretty wild. And this is good, especially if you're in any of the Orca farms, or any of the liquidity pools. Because then like if you're farming like Orca, like you want like the price to go up. But I prefer it to be gradual, sort of like down here. But like, I guess I wouldn't complain if I already had a bunch of Orca, had already farmed a bunch of Orca, and now I'm like, getting ready to liquidate some for liquidity purposes. But let's just jump into like the platform. I mean, the total value locked was, I mean, it was just like while I was in the process of like researching and trying to use the platform, like the total value locked just kept like I remember when it was like, 400 million and then like 500, 600, 700, etc. And by the time like this video comes out, it'll probably be at like a billion. Um, I mean, so it's really exciting and it's pretty crazy too. Like the Orca pools, like these are just like Orca versus like some of the stable coins. So Pi is from it's sort of uh like the MakerDAO of like Solana. It's called a Party Parrot. So it sounds a little goofy, but you can provide liquidity pool tokens into Party Parrot, and then eventually you'll get to mint Pi, which is sort of like the stable coin. Or if it's too funky for you, like you can always just go to like something a little bit more normal like Orca and USDC. And right now it's 215%. So like um I hope you guys can forgive me. I try to like bring like you guys like good stuff, but like sometimes things just happen so fast that it's hard to keep up. But there's I think there should still be some time for you to get some decent yield out of these pools. Well, I'm not sure about like this one called Samo. I mean, this is probably like the Dogecoin of Solana. So even though it is paying like 200%, I mean, but look at the liquidity. It's like less than a million. So Uh, just something to keep in mind. And then also for there's like the new like NFT game called Star Atlas, and you can do Atlas versus USDC, and that also pays you at least 200%. And I say at least because there's also something called Double Dip, which I'll get to in a second, where you can uh just just take this and place it into like a kind of like a secondary pool, and you get additional like tokens on top of it. So it's like kind of like a double liquidity mining incentive for certain pools. So let me just show you like what that looks like. So in addition to like the orca that you can farm from like that regular in the regular I guess like the pools tab, then you can like once you provide liquidity on like Atlas USDC, then you can go over to this Atlas USDC on the double dip page, and you can click on the double dip button, and then like that'll also give you an additional 168% based on Atlas tokens. So if you're also like a gamer and you want to just like play around with you could do that too. And then there's also the Powist, which is also related to the Atlas token. So I think the Atlas token is like kind of like in-game currency, and the Powist is the kind of like the governance token. So that's also paying out like a triple-digit yield. So that, I guess like you gotta like jump in like while it's still there, because like I guess like for Step and Soulrise, these are some older projects, not older, but like some of the first projects that are coming out in Solana. So I haven't used Soulrise yet, but for Step, that's more of like a kind of like a like a portfolio type of project where you can see all the like the things that we've done on Solana so far. So like I'll keep track of like your liquidity pools for certain projects, and they keep adding it. Um, they keep adding projects, so keep an eye on this one as well. Unfortunately, the double dip liquidity mining ended already, but maybe if you take a look on some of the other projects on the ecosystem, there might be some more ways to either earn step or make money from step. But that's something to be aware of. Like the double dip pools, like they kind of well, I think the pools in general, like they rotate, and I think the next rotation is October 7th. So keep an eye out on that as well. And then they recently had a Orca staking itself. When I first like looked at it, it was like at 100%. Unfortunately, as of right now, it dipped to 74%. So I was kind of late to the party. So it's gonna end like October 12th. But I'm not gonna feel so bad. I mean, like if I'm sure at some point like the Orca USD pool, like it won't be a 250% like forever. I guess as more and more people, because it's already at 70 million. As more and more people jump in, like the returns unfortunately are gonna go down. But that's just life as I mean if you're yield farming. So like obviously this isn't financial advice. It's just like things I'm looking at and playing around with. If you obviously if you don't feel comfortable, you know don't do it. Um, but if you're bullish on a token like this, like I'm just trying to bring out stuff for you guys to look at as well. Obviously, there's no obligation or anything like that. Not financial advice and all that kind of good stuff. Um, but I guess like kind of to end like this the video. Originally I got this idea from Twitter from Sino Global Capital. I'm not sure if they're like how huge they are, but I'll also link in the description below like the kind of like the Twitter um thread and why they're the bullish on this token as well. Because like if you look at the interface, it's pretty like user friendly. Um, like you can uh, obviously exchange tokens, and like just based on what I've seen so far, like most of the Solana ecosystem uh, tokens aren't here for you to swap. So I mean I don't know if I want to call it the Uniswap, but maybe they could potentially be like the sushi swap of Solana. Um, because it's more like user friendly. Like for example, like when you enter the pools, like it'll give you like the US dollar equivalent of what you're trying to like swap in and out of. Um, they have like all the major like I guess like most of the stuff that you probably want out of a decentralized exchange. Maybe in the future they'll also have other features as well. But I think for right now, like this is good enough for me. They have like your basic liquidity pool, and then also you can double dip. And then what else? They I think I was too late for like they had like some NFC drops, but I think I was too late for that. But maybe in the future, like um uh maybe there'll be some like an airdrop for like providing liquidity in the future. But for right now, you know, as long as like Orca is above like $10, I would be pretty happy just to farm some tokens and then like sell it off for like more Solana or more USDC. Um, like I said, like some of the you know the pools are pretty liquid. Not and it's not just limited to these. There's other ones too. There's also like they had a the yields aren't as high, but you can do a Bitcoin to Solana and then Ethereum to Solana. Now keep in mind, these are like the SPL, so it's sort of like the Solana version of like ERC20 tokens. So just be aware of that. I guess like in the future, I'm hoping like the bridges will get a little bit better. Like right now, it's just as far as I know, there's like the old bridge, and then there's also what do you call it, the wormhole bridge, and they recently upgraded to V2. So I think in maybe in like another video, like I want to like talk more about that, especially if I think at some point they're gonna add the Terra ecosystem, and I'm really excited for that. So then you can maybe like bring like tokens back and forth between Solana and Terra because I think they're two of the better um, chains out there right now. So I want to see like more UST pools, especially. So uh, I mean, again, it's gonna be. Well, I think, in my opinion, it's gonna be really exciting for this autumn and maybe this winter as well. So like DeFi summer was kind of ho hum, but then like DeFi autumn, it's starting to get really exciting, and then maybe um, especially if Bitcoin like starts like marching towards like 100,000. I mean, it could be like a really good year end, and maybe like like the first quarter of 2022. But I don't want to like think too far ahead. Like I just want to just like enjoy like some of these like incredible yields right now. That's available in Orca, and then like let's see what happens. I'm hoping they'll Orca remains like a top tier DEX, but I definitely like what I see so far. It's really user friendly. I mean, just like the fonts are very clean, things like that. So like from a user experience, it's pretty good. Um, yeah, so like I said, I'll link the this Twitter thread, or you can probably look it up yourself, but I'll link it down below so you guys can take a look at it. So if you decide to jump in these pools, I hope you also like make some good money out of this as well. So again, not financial advice. I'm not trying to show anything, but I just want to bring out um, Orca and some of the pools that are available. So thank you for watching and have a great one. See you later.